Trying something new is always a little scary, but today I'm giving two new things a shot. First, grilled baked potatoes. Never done it before. And secondly, this YouTube channel. Hey friends, I'm Kevin. Welcome to Grill Pastor, where we're bringing barbecue to life. Not like back to life, like resurrecting a cow, pig, or chicken, or that sort of thing. Like that'd probably be pretty weird, but more like what lessons can be learned from barbecue about life. We are bringing barbecue to our lives, and even though it kind of rhymes and sounds like Grill Master, I don't pretend to claim that title. Although my wife does sometimes call me that, but she's probably going to be a little biased, right? Now, I'm glad you're here. If you enjoy grilling or smoking, good food, and a few life lessons along the way, then you're in the right spot. And if you don't, I'm glad you're here anyway. Now, before we jump into this very first episode, do me a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you don't miss what might be coming, and if you want to score some extra credit points and maybe store up a few treasures in heaven, go that extra mile and share this video on all your platforms, as it will really help spread the word and build our Grill Pastor community. And finally, if you want to check out my 10-day barbecue devotional, here's a link down in the description. It's a quick read that'll add a little bit of flavor to your life. All right, let's do this. Let's roll the intro and get started. All right, the first thing we have to do is get the coals ready. Now here's how we're gonna do these grilled baked potatoes. I'll be using my favorite grill, the Weber kettle. If there were a grill god, it would be the Weber kettle. It can literally do anything. Now, while these coals are getting lit and ashed over, it's time to prep our potatoes. It's super simple. We wash them under cold water, then dry them with a paper towel. Next, you want to poke a few holes in it with a fork, just so they don't explode on the grill. After you poke holes with a fork, just rub it with a little bit of olive oil all around each one. It might be easier just to use one hand and roll it all around in your hand just to cover the potato really well. Then, sprinkle some kosher salt all around. Make sure you get it all around each potato. Then finally, they're ready for the heat. Now, in order to crank up the temperatures on this Weber grill, we are using this handy contraption called a vortex. It looks like a metal dog cone, but please do not use it for that. All the coals will sit inside the vortex in the middle of the grill. And then we'll put the grill grate right back on. Now, using the vortex will allow us to put the potatoes on the outside section of the grate, so it gets some indirect high heat like you might get in an oven. Direct heat would burn them, so we use indirect heat. Let's get this lid back on and let the temperature rise a bit. Now while we do that, if you are curious about any of the items or equipment I'm using, like the Weber, the Vortex, or anything else in this video, you will find links to them down in the description below. We've got the grill running about 400 to 450 degrees, so let's get these potatoes on. I'll place each one on the outside section of the grill, and finally, I'm going to place a chunk of apple wood right on top so we get a good light smoke on the potatoes. So we're going to let these cook about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, until they are crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. While we let these cook, let's have a chat. It's time for some Grill Pastor thoughts. Today's episode is all about trying something new. And trying something new in life can be extremely hard. I mean, you don't know the outcome, right? Will it be successful? Will it fail? What might other people think about you? Those are some difficult questions, and it can be scary, and it can be complicated. But the truth is, whatever your new thing is, as long as you sit on it and you never give it a shot, you've already failed. If you never start, it has zero chance of success, and that's where regret begins to set in. Sometimes you've just got to force yourself to take the first step, any first step. I mean, it takes initiative and it takes courage, and yeah, it takes a willingness to fail. But here's the thing, some of the best lessons in life are learned through failure, because you actually can fail forward. Guys, and that's what I'm doing today, taking my first step with this whole Grill Pastor thing. Now, you might be wondering, why Grill Pastor? Well, here's how it came to be. You see, for many years, I was a pastor. I was in different churches around the country where I got to work with and lead hundreds of young families. And during the time of COVID, when it first came about a few years ago, when everything in the world just kind of shut down, the neighbors in our cul-de-sac where we lived, we all started hanging out together in the evenings because, well, at the time, we couldn't go anywhere. I mean, the kids would run around and play, and I grilled and I smoked meats. I mean, wings, ribs, pulled pork, brisket, burgers, you name it. And some of our favorite moments in life came in that cul-de-sac, around my grill and around my smoker. We all literally became family. And as a result, one of my neighbors, shout out to Jessie, she started calling me Grill Pastor. And at first it was just a funny nickname, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized maybe there might be something to this. Maybe grilling and life actually can go hand in hand. And now, a few years later, after putting it off and making excuses, I decided to try something. And here we are, this channel, something new. So here I am, trying something new with this channel. Will it succeed? Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, the lighting's probably terrible. I'm probably getting a lot of things wrong, but I'm choosing to look at this first video as just a fun first step. Remember, you can never get to where you want to go without a first step. And so, while we're at it, I'm trying grilled baked potatoes for the first time too. All right, these potatoes were on the grill for about an hour, and they definitely look ready. Let's get them off the grill and ready to eat. To the table we go. All right, let's cut into one of these. Ooh, that's nice and crispy. Now, I'm gonna add some toppings. You can add anything that you want on yours as well if you do this at home. I'm gonna first of all cut into this. Nice and soft in the middle. Now, I'm gonna add, first of all, I'm gonna add some butter. Gotta get some on each side. Just mix that in a little bit, let it melt as well. That's gonna be very good. Use as much or as little butter as you want, no judgment here. Some cheddar cheese. A little on both sides. Oops. Just mix that in a little bit as well. And do this while it's nice and hot so that cheese gets nice and melty in that potato. That's gonna be very good. At least I hope. Next, we're gonna add in a little bit of bacon bits. A little bit on each side as well. And a little bit of some green onions or some chives. We're gonna add that in there, mix that around a little bit as well. There we go. Now, last but not least, we're gonna add Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. It really goes great on everything. Really though, it says it right there on the label. Great on everything. So we're gonna add a little bit of that Creole seasoning in here as well. Let's let that mix in. Oh yeah, that's looking really good. All right, it's looking good. We got all of our toppings in here. And now it's the moment of truth. Let's see how this turned out. All right, guys, I gotta say, this is a huge success, all right? Honestly, the skin on the outside was crispy. The inside was nice and fluffy. There's a good smoke flavor, but not too overpowering. And the toppings, man, they made it perfect. So here's my question for you. What's something you've been holding back from trying? Something on the grill? Maybe it's writing a book or starting a business of your own, or maybe learning something new, or maybe it's just a cartwheel like Creed, or maybe even grilling potatoes for the first time. But what's one small step, any small step that you can take this week to move in that direction? Drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. And hey, if it doesn't succeed right away, just remember the wise words of the great philosopher Pink. Just because it burns doesn't mean you're gonna die. You gotta get up and try. All right, guys, that's all for this episode. Let's choose to move forward together. Hopefully, over time, we'll build a community here that builds each other up along the way. Now, if you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more, remember to hit the like button, subscribe, ring that bell, and let me know in the comments what kind of content you'd love to see. Thanks for watching this first episode of Grill Pastor, where we're bringing barbecue to life. I'm gonna eat some more of this potato. So good.